Hello, EDCI 702 candidates. Dr. P coming to you with the Week 6 informational video concerning your assignments and things for this week. Um, I keep coming back to the course calendar for the big picture. If you're having trouble keeping up with some of this stuff and it's clickety-click and open too many different windows, print the course calendar. That'll give you the big picture. And I'm sticking pretty close to that, though you'll see that there are some dates and deadline variations from Dr. Brown's original calendar. So that's where it comes from. This week's readings: Martian Willis, Chapter 7, Drago Severson, Chapter 5. And you remember that there are blackboard discussions that go with each of these, but some of them are more discussions and ask you to respond. Chapter 7 and Chapter 5, these are simply your individual response to the chapter, and show me with your thoughts and writing that you have read the material and can apply your thoughts and reflect on the content there. So not so much discussion as response for those two, please. Um, yeah, there are some articles here too. The Knowles, right. Please do read these professional development articles. We are going to be doing professional development. You're going to facilitate the Drago Severson pillar practices in just a couple of weeks. You're going to be doing staff development and professional development on your faculties with folks. Take a look at this. Some of it is a repeat and not new. It's about adult learners and how to craft your work to meet their needs. So um, as you read those, please do respond. Uh, no, respond by discussing your thoughts about the articles. Again, not so much a response to others. Down here in the clinical experiences reflection, here, please do post your thoughts and respond to others. My thought about this is that you're so deep doing a CNA and an OA at this point. Do respond just off the top of your head with an emotional reaction here. Don't spend a lot of time drafting and putting this into perfect English. Just open your heart and your keyboard and tell me how you're feeling about the CNA and OA so far. And then maybe respond to some others too. What about this thing with about the pillar presentations? I loaded something for you last week that took my scrawly notes about who was doing pillar presentations and what those should look like, and drafted my own expectations. And now I see that there is a specific rubric for text facilitation, which is what you'll be doing. You're reading Drago Severson. You're going to be presenting about teaming and mentoring, and um, we will use these standardized rubrics. I'm trying to use it for the discussion board. Collaboration will be used, but here is the facilitation rubric, and this goes into a little bit more depth than the expectations that I had outlined, but I'll turn these into a rubric, and again, this is formative feedback for you. There's not a letter grade tied to these presentations, but I wanted to give you some practice in taking the text and designing engaging mini lessons. They should be mini lessons, 30, 40 minutes max, that will present the material to our colleagues. It's going to give you practice working in our little cohort environment to hone your skills at presenting to others, such that you can take it back and do even better at your faculty. So if you hit every one of these things, wonderful. If information about emerging education, economic, and social trends wasn't on your radar, that's fine too. And how do you do this, by the way? I didn't give you any expectations or suggestions, strategies about how to collaborate. I think you're teachers and you've done that. But if you have not had a whole lot of experience, I can tell you that, again, my uh, pal Steve Bingham and I do collaborate on things like this frequently. Oftentimes, to do a 30, 40-minute presentation together, it will take us several hours. And what we'll do is chunk it, and we'll talk for about an hour, maybe half hour. We'll try to get the outline of the presentation down. Then we typically go to our own corners, because we do live on opposite ends of the state, and do our work and send things back and forth with email, draft documents and stuff, and agree to meet a second time. At that second meeting, which often is virtual or on the telephone, or on the telephone with documents in front of us, and meeting and talking. Oftentimes, when I say meeting, it's not face to face, but we'll have one initial meeting to plan, work on our own, share documents, meet again to hone it, to put it together, maybe even have an opportunity to practice. With 2 weeks coming up before your mini lessons on the pillar practices, do spend a little bit of time in conversation, emails, back and forth with your partners to pull off a high quality presentation on February 28th. Again, those will be the morning of the 28th, and so not much time in class to present those things, to prepare for those things, but presentations coming up. I'm going to record another video for 601, 701, your dissertation seminar, but that's it for the 702 content this week. Thanks. Have a great Valentine's Day.